BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
Welcome to New York City's world-class food distribution center located here in Hunts Point, New York. It's important for you to meet the 200 firms that are located here that represent the diverse variety of food available to the many ethnic New York City community residents. What we prepared here was a resource guide of the companies and what they offer, plus a very special virtual tour of Hunts Point and the many successful business entrepreneurs here who represent the high energy of service and quality that they bring to this industry in New York City. Come, let's visit.
The Hunts Point market in the Bronx is unique. There's no other market in the country that has the variety, the amount of customers, and the mix that you can get in Hunts Point in the Bronx.
This has become vital to us in our growth and important to us in our business planning.
What the market allows is friendship, and it's all about partnerships and relationships. The market has always been that, okay, of people joining together and helping each other.
The Hunts Point Market's going to be a tremendous focal point now for food. I mean, you're going to have all the different vendors all together, from fruit, vegetables, to fish. I think it's going to succeed the Rungis Market in Paris, because Hunts Point is already a culinary destination. Perhaps it will be a tourist destination as well.
We sell about 10,000 products from around the world, where we buy olives from farms, we have it crushed, and we make olive oil.
Not only can we get it, we have it in stock, whether it's squash blossoms from Israel, microgreens from a local farm in the Catskill Mountains.
And in Chile, we do a number of produce items: grapes, peaches, stone fruit, asparagus from season.
We're in the cheese business, we're in the tomato business. We work with farmers all around the world, from Chile and South Africa.
We go to Guatemala, we go to the whole world, wherever the product is.
Our successes have been sourcing product around the country and bringing it into the New York marketplace from Texas, Washington, California, all over the United States.
Our business has had to expand just from the products of the United States, and then we moved a little bit into Mexico, and then in South America, and now if you go into your produce market, it's the United Nations, because we can get product 12 months of the year. Basically, now it's gone so global and so expansive. Go look at the labels in your supermarket.
We do go outside of the country to Australia and New Zealand. Blueberries come out of Mexico. When California doesn't have it, we do go other places for it.
We sell every type of fish in a fresh and frozen state that you can imagine. Come from all over the world, come from as far as Australia, South Africa, Europe.
Or the best cherries out of the Pacific Northwest, or haricot vert from Guatemala, or herbs from Israel, or peppers from Holland. It doesn't matter the source. If it's available, we'll go find it, because our clientele demands that we stay on the cutting edge.
The diversity of products, whether it's from Mexico or Chile or Italy, France, Chicago, Milwaukee, California, you'll get a plethora of products, for something for everybody.
People don't know how many hands or how the food has traveled to get to that plate. And it just makes Hunts Point so exciting, because we feed New York City, which has so many ethnic communities.
They supply all the people in New York City with produce every single day, fresh every single day, because it's available every day in the largest market in the world.
why Hunts Point is so important as a food distribution center now of the world.
The basic location of Hunts Point, you're at 20 miles, 20 minutes from the largest metropolis, okay, the food industry, the largest school system in the world. You have the 5 boroughs. We're 20 minutes away from everywhere.
Hunts Point is building roads and highways and all these different entrances to get into Hunts Point, much better than Manhattan or Queens.
It's not that hard to get to the Hunts Point market. It really isn't that far.
Hunts Point is a very good location for any industry, for any business, especially when you have a lot of business. You are a few minutes to Triborough Bridge. You are a few minutes to Whitestone and Track Neck Bridge. You are close to Connecticut.
People will be coming to the Hunts Point market. They'll buy their fish, procure their fish, and we will deliver it to their vehicles that'll be parked in our parking areas for them to take to their stores.
To the tri-state market, there is no better location than Hunts Point.
If you look at a map and you picked out the Hunts Point area, it's a wonderful area to distribute. We send out 18 trucks a day. We're centrally located throughout the whole tri-state area. And also there's a tremendous thriving business right here in the Bronx. And obviously there's a world of business inside the Hunts Point market that we are neighborly with.
And because of the subways and the taxis and the buses, we have good logistical support to get our workers here. We have parking on site, which is good.
On the potato and onion side of the operation, the majority of our product is brought to us by rail car. We load very heavy rail service out of the Idaho, Oregon area in the United States. Basically, it's a more cost-effective way for us to move the product from the west to the east, and plus it keeps a lot of the traffic off the local roads in and around Hunts Point.
We continue to take product by rail as much as we can, which keeps fumes out of the air, which helps the community because there are still children going to school in this area.
Coca-Cola is the #1 most recognized trademark in the world. And when you think about Coca-Cola, we service our customers across the world with our carbonated soft drinks, our juice drinks, our Dasani water brand.
Dairyland's clientele right now, about 40% of it is a Manhattan-based group of restaurants, hotels, and fine grocery stores. We go all the way to Boston from the Hunts Point, and we go all the way out to Montauk Point. And that's why Hunts Point is such a wonderful strategic point, because you could reach all these places.
Borax Paper is a food packaging and janitorial supply company. We distribute 18 trucks in the tri-state area, and we feel that the Bronx, especially the Hunts Point area, is really the hub of New York. If you think about it, we are in close proximity to the Bronx, obviously, New York, Westchester, Long Island. And we always felt that the Bronx was really the greatest place to distribute product from. Obviously, we're not alone because the Hunts Point market is right next door to us. And we distribute food packaging and janitorial supplies to delis. If you go to your local deli, we sell it to hospitals and institutions, as well as packer processors that are in the Hunts Point market that pack product up than you find on your grocery shelves.
Just Bagels packages bagels loosely. We package them for a company like Starbucks, which has very high quality control standards. We'll put them in a 6-pack and in a sleeve to protect that 6-pack so it doesn't get damaged. Locally here in the metropolitan area, the tri-state area, we deliver fresh bagels. We deliver also Kaiser rolls and muffins and pastries and Italian bread and scones and stuff like that. We have distributors in a couple of our own trucks that get around. Nationally, we sell frozen bagels. And that's where we're in about 40 states with Starbucks, and we're in Florida, in Winn-Dixie, and Publix, and Albertsons, in Connecticut, New England, Stop and Shop. That's like a frozen par-baked product where you could either A, thaw and serve, or B, finish off the final 5 minutes, and you have a hot New York bagel anywhere in the country. Just Bagels has some pretty special customers. Starbucks is one of them. Fresh Direct in Manhattan, we do a a private frozen bagel for them under the Just Bagel logo that they'll deliver to all of the apartments in the city. We sell bagels to Gracie's Market, Dean and DeLuca, Citarella, the Marriott Marquis, the Garden of Edens, the Bread Market Cafes, Restaurant Associates, Aramark. The list goes on and on. We would not have these customers if not for our quality.
I want to thank everybody here. You guys are fabulous. Thank you so much. And Jody, Prince, everybody, look what you guys made. Look at this. Oh, yeah, you wanted to say that. Okay. And look at that. Thanks for the Fox 5. Thank you so much for coming to Hunts Point. You'll be back, right? You're the boss, right? Yeah. Of Hunts Point. That's right. We'll be back.
We have many customers. They range from all aspects of the industry. The New York area, because of its demographic makeup, many of our customers are the greengrocers or the ma and pa fruits and vegetable stores. Over the last few years, we've noticed that the trend is now beginning to shift where we're doing more deliveries. In order to maintain that customer base, we're finding it more important now to become direct shippers to these stores. We unload them, we palletize. Some products go out as original containers, the way they're shipped from Idaho, mainly for supermarkets and restaurants, hospitals and other institutions. And some of the product is broken down into smaller packaging for the consumers, again, at the supermarket level, who does not want to buy 50 pounds of potatoes. Gives them the ability to buy 5 and 10 pound bags of potatoes.
We're reactionary by definition here in New York. The other terminal markets around the country have all changed drastically compared to ours. The main difference between the New York market and the rest of this country's other terminal markets are that we are much more an active market. There are many, many more customers. They come in, they shop themselves, they pick up the produce with their own vehicles, and they deliver it to their store.
Restaurants choose Baldor because of our inventory and our service. We allow the customer to call till at 11 o'clock at night, and we're still delivering to the next morning. Not on an answering machine, not on a voicemail, although we have that service and we pick up, but we've chosen to answer the phone live. So we have a minimum of 4 to 5 people answering the phone every day till 11 o'clock at night, taking the order. Top 40 restaurants we go to every day: Union Square Cafe, Alain Ducasse, Per Se, Le Bernardin, just to name a few. In the hotel industry, we do under a multitude of contracts 100% of the fruits and vegetables that go into the Four Seasons, the Pierre, the Mandarin Oriental, the Essex House, the Carlisle, the Mark, the Peninsula Hotel, the 21 Club.
We supply fish to the White House, Secretary of Defense. We also have 70 vehicles that we deliver all over the 5 boroughs.
Coca-Cola is located on 149th Street in the Bronx, right in the heart of Hunts Point. We service the borough of the Bronx and Manhattan. On an annual basis, we distribute 10 million cases throughout the borough of the Bronx and Manhattan. We have case outloads on a daily basis that average about 40,000 cases per day. There's about 70 trucks that roll out of this facility. Hunts Point is really the hub of the Bronx borough. We can service plenty of locations throughout the Bronx and Manhattan from this location.
We have a lot of distributors that they buy the ice cream from us. That was interesting to carry our products to sell ice cream. We put in the supermarket through White Rose, doing all the supermarket like Seatown, Pioneer, Associated, Christie's.
The location of the market itself enables the access of a customer base to come up here to purchase merchandise very easily, which allows us to have the ability to sell product.
Jetro's customers are primarily the bodega operators, the small independent grocery store operators, produce markets, and pizza shops, restaurants, anybody who serves food.
Anything that's processed in this country needs to be sold to a customer. And the range of customers here in the New York market are from the lower end to the higher end. You have everything, okay? And we will cater to all needs. If it's a protein center of the plate item, we will look at it as a viable item for us to sell and market here.
The next time you're sitting down having this wonderful meal, you'll remember us. It's most likely the products started off out of our Hunts Point warehouse before they ended up on your plate.
And that's what's great about having a company like Dairyland, because they do carry the high-end product, but at a great price. And it's like almost like what I like to do at the restaurant, offer a good product, a real high-end product that you get at the real expensive restaurants at a really good price.
We've been in the Hunts Point market since its inception back in 1967. We moved up originally from the Washington Street market, which was on the Lower West Side of Manhattan. It's a third-generation business. I'm the third generation. It was started by my grandfather in 1923. My father became active in the business just after World War II, and me and my brothers came into the business.
My father and my uncle started the business and was commission merchants down in the Washington Street market. I got involved probably when I was around 16 years old, and I've been in the business now for 45 years, and probably one of the last of the, we'll call it the beginners.
I remember my grandparents doing the bookkeeping in their house, and when my parents, I guess I was about 12 years old, my mom decided to learn how to do the bookkeeping because my grandmother was getting kind of old. And we had lived in Queens at the time, and every Saturday we'd go across the Triborough Bridge. It cost a quarter so my grandmother could teach her how to do the bookkeeping.
Dorigo Brothers Company is a full-line distributor of fresh fruits and vegetables. We started back in 1948 when my father drove down with one other salesman and founded our company at 308 Washington Street in the old Washington Market. My father would buy out smaller companies whose owner did not have a child to leave the business to, and he would buy out their business and the owner would stay on for a year or 2 years or 3 years.
We started in the Hunts Point section of the Bronx in 1985. The company actually was a spin-off of my dad's company, who was one of the original New York butter and egg men.
Borax Paper was originally on Timpson Place, which is probably about 3 miles away from here. And Borax Paper was founded in 1976. We're a family business, so Mark Borak, who's the president, founded the company.
I've worked very hard through my lifetime. I've put in 65 years in this business. I'm 75. I started when I was 10 years old. And I've built a very big, successful fish company.
I think it's a gene inside your body that's handed down from family, members that just keeps you going, and that's what I think it's all about.
The pulse and the excitement in Hunts Point at 5 and 4 o'clock in the morning. While most people are sleeping, everything is happening here. The trailers, the tractor trailers are loading up stuff. They're making stuff. This place is doing the bagels. You've got, auto parts. You've got fish. You've got it all here. And it's almost sometimes being a native New Yorker, born in Manhattan, not in the Bronx, but I think of Hunts Point as the heartbeat of the city. Without Hunts Point, baby, you ain't gonna get nothing. And you need the guys that work here.
What Hunts Point Economic Development Corporation has done over the years is that as the neighborhood improved, as the conditions improved, obviously it's brought us a better workforce. So it's become a more cost-effective environment, a cleaner environment for these people to work in. So it's aided us in our labor force because our workers are basically local people.
For Baldor, the point has become very, very important to us. Important in that we've hired from the empowerment zone, and that's allowed us to support the community and its people in this area to offer jobs. I mean, we came here just a little bit, about 4 years ago, and we had about 250 employees, and today we're up to 509 employees.
Very important for us at Coca-Cola in our business strategy is hiring people from the community. We have 509 employees that work here. A lot of them have come up through the Bronx in entry-level positions, whether it was merchandiser or driver, and have worked their way up into sales positions.
We have people that are specialists in peaches and in olives and in prime cut meats, tomatoes. Our staff is made up of people that are professionals in the industry, from chefs to people from Cornell. It's really the expertise that really differentiates us from our competition.
We have good staff working with us. From 1990 till this minute that I'm talking, I don't remember that I fired anybody. My people have been working with me for the last 15 years. I never thought that somebody would live in Hunts Point. I bought the building next door, 543 Oneida, and which is two-family house. I bought the building, and I have people that work for me that live in the house. I'm even thinking ahead to buy a few houses in the neighborhood for the employees.
We have a wonderful school up the block that has a beautiful playground, and there's sprinklers, and there's kids playing outside, and every morning when I drive into work, you see communities and parents dropping off their children. So it's not just a business area, it's where people live and enjoy this area.
Hunts Point has called us several times asking us if we need any employees, and we have used a few. We have people coming from definitely Hunts Point, other areas of the Bronx. We have some people coming from Brooklyn, from Queens. I think the majority of people are definitely in the Bronx.
It has to do something with the community. It has to do something with the Hunts Point of what they did is a lot of things. Encouraging people in business, helping the small business, tax benefits, employment benefits. It's a lot of things that really help not only my company, I believe everybody around us.
People worry about competition. The competition here makes us important to each other, you know. Good competitors are what you need. Competition brings a lot of customers in here. And the more competition, the better. Instead of worrying about competitors coming here, we welcome it, okay? Because it's going to bring more customers. The seafood market's going to bring more customers to us.
Cravens & Sons is a supplier of 300 jobs in the fish industry. One of the reasons that we're looking forward to going to the Bronx, because we hope that we will get a future workforce in this industry.
Hunts Point is fabulous. I highly recommend it to anybody even considering moving to Hunts Point. It's without a doubt the best place to do business.
We want to build on the foundation that we already have here at Coca-Cola. We want to become the best beverage selling and distribution company in the Bronx.
We're doubling this facility, and we're going to be here as long as we can.
We're very happy here. We've done a lot of work on our building.
We're looking to add onto the building another 30 to 35,000 square feet, 3 rack highs, tremendous cube, and that's going to empower us even more.
We are looking to build a new market. It will double our warehouse space.
We're in major growth mode, and we are working with the Economic Development Zone in Hunts Point to help us remain in Hunts Point.
We love it here, we really do. It's just such a great location, and it's perfect for our business.
We want this to be our home for the next coming 20 years.
We'd like to stay in this area, though. It's been very, very good for us.
Before, I never thought that I would be in Hunts Point. Now I believe that I'm going to stay always in Hunts Point.
If it was up to me, we'd be here forever.